All right, it is time to go through the Entrepreneurial Bootcamp. All right, this is the finale to our scaling mind. Okay, this is how you get your mind to scale. Listen. As an entrepreneur, you are a different person. You are different through and through, holistically, everything about you, the way you think, the kinds of foods you eat, the way you walk, everything is different, okay? The truth is, we're kind of strange. Entrepreneurs are dreamers, but not the kind that dream at night. We dream during the day. Nothing is too big. Nothing is too small. Nobody is our boss, and nobody can tell us what to do, and there is no dream that is not achievable. Do you know how cliche that may sound to you, but how incredibly strange that sounds to 98% of the world? See, we are taught to be employees. From the day that we're born, entrepreneurship is never taught. Just think about it. What do? You go through school, so you go through, elementary school so you can get to middle school so you can get through high school you work your butt off, so hopefully you can get into a great college where you can spend tens and tens of thousands of dollars so that hopefully you score well enough to get into a master's or to go get a job. And even if you get into a great master's program, you're going to work your butt off because hopefully that leads to a great job. So we are literally a system, a machine that produces employees. So for decades, that is how we're spoken to. That's how we're taught. Our teachers, our parents, none of them are wrong. None of them are wrong. Our politicians. It's what they know. It's what their parents knew. It's what their parents knew. But here we are breaking the mold. So I'm trying to set the stage for you to understand how important this training is, because we are going to go into your mind and we're going to try to rip apart decades of what's been put in there. And we're going to succeed. We are. All right? So this training is brought to you by myself, of course, Anik Singal. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here as your coach and to be able to bring a learn to you, Learn Nation, right? Hashtag Learn Nation. We are all about entrepreneurs and supporting entrepreneurs and doing everything we can to be here for you. We're so glad that you're in this program. Believe me, you have never seen a program like this before. Learn's only purpose in life is to be a transformational home for entrepreneurs, and I cannot tell you how excited I am. All right, so today we're going to talk about what it takes to succeed as an entrepreneur. Listen, we're not going to talk about online marketing. We're not going to talk about making your first sale or making money. No, we're going to talk about what it takes in your mind, and this is very important. I've shared with you before. You've got to get the mind right first before you stand any chance at making any money anywhere, anytime. That's exactly what we're going to do today. So who's this for? Listen, if you've been dreaming of paving your own financial dreams, this is for you. If you've been struggling and fighting to become an online entrepreneur, this is for you. We're going to share with you the 5 secrets, the scaling secrets you have to apply in order to succeed. I'm going to give you a big reality check. And at the very end, I'm going to spend about 5 minutes giving you a sneak peek into the core engine business model that you need to get ready. Okay, so what to expect from this amazing, brilliant program over the next days and days to come, oh my God, months to come, when you're going to spend with us. We as a family here at Learn, as Learn Nation, we're going to change your life. We're going to change everything about you. You're not going to recognize who you are anymore. So I want to talk to you a little bit, about just the idea of really making your first sale, finally getting unstuck and making your first money. See, how do we deliver on this promise? Well, listen, firstly, we have simple and proven results. I've been doing this actually not for 14, believe it or not. I recently had my 15-year anniversary. I've had over 250,000 students who have actually invested some kind of money with our company. 250,000. So just think about that for a moment. Let that sink in. Over $120 million in sales is what I have personally helped lead to doing on the internet. Now our business is getting close to doing 20 million a year. 20 million a year. Over 4 million email leads have been collected in my business, and that's exactly what I teach you how to do, the core engine. Oh, I just gave you a bit of a sneak peek, but a bigger sneak peek is coming. And then, we have a track record for massive success. As a matter of fact, at the very end of this, I'm going to ask you a question and give you a really unique opportunity that's only fit for very few people, and that is, if you'd like to fly down and spend time with myself, my coaches, and even our lead transformation coach who's here today, who's going to be speaking in a minute, you're going to spend time with us, actually like right over our shoulders, not in a group that big, not the one that you see there. We work in about a group of 5 to 6 people at a table with us. It's pretty amazing, and you really deserve to know what fuels the success of our students who have been making it. We're going to give you that today. And, we'll come back and talk about this slide a little bit, but let's just let it be known that the kind of core engine business you're going to be building is going to be built around email. Now, if you think for a moment that you've heard this, done this, you know everything about email, I am telling you right now, you do not know anything about email. You need to hang tight. You need to finish this program. You need to go through everything, because if you want to make your first sale, you want to have your big breakthrough, you want to make your first money, you want to change your life, you need to master every single thing we talk about, not only in this session, but what's coming up for you in the next days to come and months to come. That is why it is so vital that you take what your membership here is very, very seriously. All right? Listen, guys, here's a true, hard, cold truth. Entrepreneurs get stuck. Entrepreneurs have bad days. Entrepreneurs face obstacles, and sometimes it downright sucks to be an entrepreneur. There, I said it. It's a tough life. It's a lonely business. That's why Learn is here. That's why Learn Nation exists to begin with. That's why our purpose is to provide a transformational home for entrepreneurs. I stress the word home. It's where you go to feel safe. It's where you go to belong. It's where you go to be understood. It's where you go to get support. Right? So why is it that entrepreneurs get stuck? Why is it? Well, because, guys, it's information versus execution. We get too much information and we don't take enough execution. So, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say this isn't the first business you've tried. Most of the time, by the time I'm talking to someone, they've tried all kinds of stuff. Maybe you've tried a physical store, a physical business, a consulting business, Amazon, dropshipping, affiliate businesses, e-commerce, membership sites, AdSense. I don't care. There are a gajillion business models, and I'm willing to bet some money that you've tried at least one of them, right? Now, there's nowhere for you to say yes right now. You're watching a video, but say yes in your mind. Participate with me, right? It helps you stay engaged. It helps you pay attention. Makes me feel better that you're agreeing with me. But I know that you've tried something, you've thought about something, and you've probably not done so well. Maybe you failed. Maybe you did a little well. Maybe you didn't do well. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter because you're here today, right? So the same problem might be popping up. Maybe you're putting in more effort, more time, more energy. It's not working, and I'll tell you what. I believe in hustle. I know hustle is good. I know hustle is important, and I will yell at you all the time about your need to hustle. But there is a point at which the return is negative. There is no more work you can put in. But sometimes, I know when I was first starting, my first 18 months, I worked 10 to 12 hours a day with zero results. Working 10 to 12 hours a day, getting zero, what? If I put an extra 1 hour or 2 hours in, do you think I was going to miraculously make $1 million? No. All right? This isn't your fault, guys. Again, I go back, unfortunately, to the crappy system that we've been brought up in. And it's nobody's fault, really. That's why we exist here as Learn. It's our mission to change this. It's our mission to bring some serious change into this world. Because people just don't realize that with the change and with the online entrepreneurism up now, oh my God, there's easier ways. There are easier ways, everyone. There are easier ways. All right, so the real problem is that you don't know what it means to be an entrepreneur. You just haven't been taught that. There are things about you that you need to learn to do the opposite of. They're literally through decades taught to do things a certain way, and what you really need to do is do the opposite of what you've been taught. The opposite, all right? So once you apply what I'm about to share with you, you're going to have 100% control over your own business and financial destiny. You'll be empowered to have 100% control. You'll attract the right audience, the right prospects, the right customers. Your business is going to explode, and I'll show you exactly, all right? But first I want to tell you a little bit about myself. It's important you know who your coach is, who your coaches are, and who it is that you're giving your faith and trust to. So listen, when I first got started, 18 months of ridiculously difficult struggle and failure. I started in college. I had this one goal, one mission, the only one in my life. That was I wanted to create my own destiny. That's it. I had no resources, no help, but I knew I wanted to do it my way. I didn't want to get a job. I don't know how. Maybe I'm lucky. Maybe I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad in high school and it stuck with me. I don't know what it was, but I knew that getting a job wasn't going to get me where I needed to go. I spent countless hours researching on the internet, on forums after forums. I found one particular forum. And every time I thought I had figured it out, boom, I'd fail. Every time I thought, boom, I'd fail. 18 months wasted, every penny I had to my name gone. Actually, I was using my dad's credit card, falling in debt. So my first 18 months, I kept thinking, what the hell's wrong with me? Why am I stuck? I'm trying everything. Why isn't it working? I was working hard, guys, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 hours. I was skipping class. I wasn't going out with my friends. I wasn't enjoying college. I was hustling. Then I thought, maybe I can't do this. I really thought I couldn't do this. I started to realize, however, as I was going through those 18 months, that they're probably, later on in my life, as I went through them, I realized it was probably the most powerful 18 months of my life, because God actually gave me the gift to be able to come to you and to be able to speak to you and understand how you feel, and to be able to deliver to you some of the key lessons I learned during that time. Some of the key lessons, okay? Now, let me explain to you that times got great for me. After my first 18 months, something happened. I finally snapped in. I started to learn. I got some good guidance and mentorship. Someone stepped up for me and started to help me personally, which was all the difference. And again, I'm going to tell you more about that ability for you to get that at the end of this session here today. I mean, I want you to fly down and spend time with me personally. That made all the difference for me, right? So all of a sudden I start to climb. I went from $300 to making $1,000 to making $10,000 to making $100,000 to making $1 million to making $3 million to making $10 million a year. And then that's what happens. Boom! Crash to the bottom. I grew way too aggressively, didn't know what the heck I was doing, had super high ego, thought everything I touched would turn to gold, increased my investments and expenses way too high. The economy crashed in 2008, and by 2010, my butt was $1.7 million in debt, and I was borrowing money from everywhere: American Express, Visa, parents, friends, my little brother, vendors, affiliates, my lawyer, you name it, I owed them money. I used to hide. Now, all of this, of course, you can imagine, led to major stress problems, major health issues. I was in the hospital every 2 months for internal bleeding. I was drinking. I was about as close to having an alcoholic. I was basically nearly an alcoholic. It was rough times in my life. And so why do I share this with you during such a positive time, right? I'm trying to tell you, hey, I found the system. I found it. I'm telling you where. I went $1.7 million in debt and was literally ready to die. The reason, guys, is because that there were certain things I learned, and with success, I began to forget. Let me repeat that. There were certain things I learned, but then with success, I began to forget. And it took this major crash for me to be reminded that success can be built on sand, or it can be built on rock. See, entrepreneurs are different, and we must think different. We are different people. And it is the first time where we realize that we will actually embrace who we really are and be able to work with it rather than against it. Even when I was on my deathbed broke, I quite literally thought different, reacted different. When people would complain, when people would be upset, I played pranks on my nurses. When I was literally in a place where I couldn't even sit up without my heart rate spiking to 200 beats potentially a minute and exploding, I thought about what pranks I could play on my nurses. The real breakthroughs of massive growth, guys, they come right from your mind. They don't come anywhere else, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to master 5 scaling mind techniques. And what have I been able to do? I've done over $120 million in revenue. I've been featured on every major publication: Huffington Post, Entrepreneur, CBS, NBC, ABC. I've been Business Week, top 3 Entrepreneur of the Year under 25. I've been in the India Times of India in India. I've been all over the world. I've been in publications. I've had the best-selling book called Circle of Profit. Now that's been downloaded by over 500,000 people all over the world. Been endorsed by, and the foreword written by Robert Kiyosaki and so many more. This is the success that I had, not because I'm awesome or I'm really cool. I'd love to take all the credit, but it's because of what I'm about to teach you. But I'm not the only person. My story might be nice, but it pales in comparison to the person I'm about to introduce you to. A truly amazing person who I have to tell you is a blessing to not only have as a colleague, but as a blessing to have inside of the Learn Nation to work with you. He's our lead transformational coach. I have seen this person, I would jokingly say I've seen him make more people cry than anyone else I've ever met in my life. And why is that a good thing? Because with tears comes change, with tears comes transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to my good friend and our awesome transformation coach. His name is Jeremy Bellotti. Mr. Jeremy, are you there?
What is up, Learn Nation? I promise I won't make anybody cry on this on this broadcast. Hopefully not. I don't know. We got some powerful stuff, and quite honestly, I always tell people the bottom line is if there is something to get emotional about, it truly is this right here. This is a path and a journey that you're going to be going down that is genuinely going to be a reflection of who you are and really who you are becoming. And if there's something to get emotional about, it is this. This is your life. This is inevitably going to be a path for you to create financial freedom in your future and hopefully be able to create a path where you can take care of yourself, your family, those that you care about, and really give back in a very meaningful way. And the bottom line is, I would have never, ever have been able to find and discover a path like this if I would have kept going down the road I was going down. And I was in a place where, I mean, if you look at this, I mean, good Lord, I look like I haven't had a meal in about a year in that photo. This was me. Gosh, I was just absolutely, if you can't tell, completely malnourished and living out of a beat up Mazda, and it's there right there in front of you. I was just absolutely hopeless in what I really was really going to be able to create for myself. That was the situation that I was in. I was living out of this beat up Mazda, dead broke, absolutely stressed to my eyeballs, and simply stuck. I mean, the bottom line is I was absolutely lost. I was hopeless in really being able to find and break through once and for all the patterns that had led me down a path where I didn't have any direction whatsoever. I had no idea what I wanted to create for myself. I had no real, technical skill on the side of being able to create an online business. I was starting this all from scratch. I didn't grow up in an entrepreneurial family. Like Anik had mentioned, I went down the traditional path. The only way that I could have a better life for myself was get more education so that you could hopefully get a better job that you end up just, spending the next 40 years of your life wasting away at, and hopefully retire in a good situation. That was the only direction that I had. And coming out of my undergrad, college, I didn't have the best opportunity in the world to be able to go get an amazing career that set me up for life. I had to figure it out. And bottom line is that led me to really not knowing exactly what the heck I wanted to do. And so entrepreneurship at this point was not even a word in my vocabulary. So I was just completely stuck, completely broke. I tried starting to do a million different things. The photo on the bottom left there, if you look at that, that's actually once I started kind of trying to do things online, trying to figure out how to do things on my own. And if you can tell there's no furniture in that in that house right there, because I had no money to get furniture at this point. This was a place in my life where I was, sleeping on friends' couches, sleeping in my car, trying to just figure life out. And some of you might be in a position where you maybe not in this hopeless of a circumstance, but you're still being run by circumstances as opposed to being clear, confident, and driven by solutions that actually work. And here's the thing. Once I finally made a shift to opening myself up to really seeing the solutions in front of me, getting connected and being a part of masterminds and mentorship, something like you're a part of now. Learn was not, I didn't know about Learn at this point. I didn't know that there was entrepreneurial communities that I could connect with that actually would understand my passion for creating something different than this traditional path of going to school and everything. Once I did that, you're talking about limitless opportunity. A world of limitless potential was now in front of me. And what I ended up creating and what I ended up discovering was this world where I could travel. I could go out and create what I wanted. I could actually go from living out of a beat up Mazda to standing on a TED stage, to having dinner literally with royalty. We're talking about actual royalty. I was actually working with organizations that worked around the world offering humanitarian aid. And I connected with, whether it was an African king to the Prince of Monaco. I was having dinner with royalty. And so I opened myself up to this by inevitably going from running my life by circumstances. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough friends. I don't have enough education. I don't have enough of this. Instead of my life being run by circumstances, I made a shift to be driven by solutions, finding the solutions in myself and not making excuses from my outer circumstances to get connected with family, get connected with people that actually would make a difference in making my life progress in the right direction. That's what you have here with Learn. That's what you have here with a transformational home for entrepreneurs that you're now involved in. That's what you have here with a mentorship, with Anik, with myself, with the Learn team here. And this is the power of mastering the 5 secrets that we're going to go through. And again, you have mentors and support here to walk you through this stuff. And this is going to be a massive breakthrough for you, because what it opened up for me, again, I ended up going around the world, traveling, connecting with leaders. You got Mayor Bloomberg there. You got Michio Kaku, the very famous physicist, talks about different elements in the brain of being able to literally use your brain as a filing cabinet and utilize technology like Instagram, Facebook, and all of this stuff that builds up memories, right? A timeline of your life, and be able to slide that into your memory bank to be able to cure Alzheimer's. These are like the level of people that I've been able to open my life to, because I ended up walking down a path where I connected with mentors like what you have here with this family of Learn. So that's what's in front of you. That is what's powerful about this community, and that's what we're going to go in through here. And I'm excited to dive into these 5 secrets with you, because it's going to open you up to a whole new world.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And what an amazing story. And listen, guys, I'm just here to tell you that it's an honor. It is honest. You wait till you start to work with Jeremy. You guys are just in for just a lot of transformation. I mean, that's all I can really say. But let's move on. So let's talk about the 5 scaling mind techniques. Listen, number 1, consistency is key. This is an opportunity for me to ask you. You need to be consistent with us. You need to log in every day, work with Learn Nation. You need to commit to this program for months and months to come, not just for the next couple of weeks. You can't quit. Every time you think about quitting, you got to remember that that's exactly why you joined us to begin with in the first place. Why you need us is because you quit in the other times. We're not going to let you quit now. We're accountable for you. See, listen, let me give you an example. Learning to drive. I always pick on this example. So many people that are listening to me right now probably have been in some kind of car accident. If you haven't, I hope you never have. But I know family members I've seen experience a car accident in their lives. And guess what? Guess what they're doing today? They're driving again. We don't quit. Right? Remember the first time you were trying to learn how to drive? Do you remember how difficult it was when you first got in the car, put your hands on the steering wheel, and you're getting all these instructions from people? There's like 32 things you're supposed to do before you actually drive, and you're thinking, how the heck am I going to do what they're asking me to do? And today you get in the car, it's almost like you have a blindfold on, you know exactly what to do. We can do that. With business, I can get you there. I just need you to be part of Learn Nation. I need you to be part of this. I need you to be on every webinar. I need you to be active on all of our power hours with me every week. I need you to be asking your questions. I need you to finish this program, get certified, get into the Facebook group, and get active. Let me tell you a story about when my own body forgot how to walk. I have quite the story. So, I was in the hospital at one point, 3 months in the ICU. And I was bad. I mean, the surgery they did on me eventually was about 11 hours. And they literally had to fly my sister in and everybody, and they said, listen, you say your goodbyes because we don't really know what's going to happen here. And after that, obviously I survived, thankfully. And God's grace, I did survive. But it was tough. I mean, I had gotten to the point where I couldn't even lean. I couldn't sit up. I had to be lying flat. If I sat up, my heart rate would spike. So you can imagine what happened to my legs. They atrophied completely. And when I got done, I had to learn how to walk again. Right? I had to learn how to walk again, and it hurt, and it was painful, and I fell. And when I did, I had the risk of ripping all my stitches out and literally having my entire, I don't want to get into it, but basically it being very bad. But guys, I focused on daily achievement. I focused on getting out of my bed and walking 3 steps. That was literally my first goal. When I finally was brought home, and they set up this makeshift hospital in my basement, and everyone's watching over me and looking at me. And it took me 3 days. But I finally said, I'm going to take 3 steps forward, and then my dad would hold me and drag me back to the bed. The next day was 5 steps. The next day was 7 steps. It took me about 6 weeks before I could get up the steps to the first floor because I was in the basement the whole time. But while there, I ran my business. While there, I had a boardroom meeting in my basement out of my hospital bed. Because you've got to be consistent no matter what your life situation is. Build momentum, guys. Build momentum every day. It doesn't mean you have to have a win every day. I just said you have to do something, and failing can be achieving. We'll talk about that in a moment. See, taking action, it builds what we call self-accountability. This is a concept I share with people, and I think it creates major transformations when we talk about this, because guess who you've been letting down for year after year after year? Oh, that's right, yourself. You know, we think, people say entrepreneurship, a lot of people, I love this. My friends will come to me, oh, you're so lucky. Oh, I hate that. It burns me. I'm not lucky. Do you know how, I tell my friends, no one knows, no, everyone knows not to say that to me now, because I burn them. I really do. People don't realize the work, the effort, the time, the day. I'm recording this right now. It's 9 p.m. But you see, I've been up since 7 a.m. and I love every bit of what I do. You can hear it in my voice. So I do it for the love of what I do. But listen, every time you go to sleep and you say, oh, man, I didn't get to do that today. All right, you know what? I'm going to do it tomorrow. I promise I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to get through that book. I'm going to get through that course. I'm going to listen to what Anik says, what Jeremy says. I'm going to do that one thing. I'm going to watch that video I was supposed to watch it today. And the next day comes by, you don't do it again. You say the same thing to yourself the next night, the next night, the next night. You don't do it. You don't have consistent momentum and achievement. Guess what you're doing? You're telling your brain to laugh at yourself. You are letting yourself down. Just imagine for a moment if you were to meet a friend at 2 o'clock at a restaurant, and on Monday, and you go, it's 2:05, 2:30, 2:35, 2:55, they don't show up, they don't call. Then finally they call you an hour later, I'm so sorry, my friend, I'm so sorry, I'll be there tomorrow, I promise you. I'll be there tomorrow. It's all right, you're upset. Do you say, whatever, no problem, all right, you've been a good friend, I'll see you tomorrow. 2 o'clock, you're there again. 2:05, 2:10, 2:25, 2:30, 2:55, they're not there. How do you feel? They call you again an hour later. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Listen, this happened, that happened. So trust me, tomorrow I will be there by 1:30. You show up at 2, I will wait for you half an hour. I'm so sorry. You say, all right, man. The next day, 2:30, 2:50. You get the point? Aren't you getting frustrated just listening to me? But we do this to ourselves every single day. Imagine how we are treating ourselves and how we feel about ourselves. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, consistency is key. As an entrepreneur, you have to be self-accountable. Nobody's going to hold you to it. Look at work. You got to show up by 7 o'clock, because if you show up at 7:05, the boss is down your throat. You get third warning, you're fired. If you're fired, you don't have money to pay the bills. You have to come home and face your wife or your husband or your parents. So many repercussions that those things burden over you. They crush your soul, but they manage you. They keep you in accountability, right? So fail or not, you got to keep going. Number 2, Jeremy, I want to bring you on because you're just awesome with this. Jeremy, people are so afraid of failing.
Yeah.
It's a big fear. Fail, fail, fail. Talk to everyone here today about, what we really, really need to feel about failure.
The bottom line is you have to embrace failure. You have to be able to look at failure in the eye and be able to be grateful that you are going to have the opportunity today to be able to not only face failure, but be able to break through the barrier that you feel you have when it comes to failing. The bottom line is you're never going to take a massive leap in the direction you want without this process of failure and really shifting your relationship with it. And here's why, is because inevitably any significant success or win or breakthrough that you have is going to come from the feedback, the real-time experience from failure, from not doing it the right way, or from not doing it in a way that gets you a specific result. And guess what? That's going to allow you to make shifts. That's going to allow you to make adjustments. That's going to allow you to adapt, i.e. evolve into the right way and progressing more. That's what's key about failure. Failure is your roadmap to success. And you got to commit to change. Commit right now. Make a decision right now. And I want you to go ahead and do this with me right now on this session. Just close your eyes and make a commitment right now to yourself that you are going to make changes right now, starting this moment, to becoming more committed, more dedicated, more aligned with your purpose, more dedicated and focused and clear on a path that will lead to your personal growth and professional entrepreneurial success. Make that commitment right now. And what we are going to find is that when you step into that space, you start flipping this expectation, this entitlement of, oh, I should be able to do this because I have, this degree, or, I should be able to earn this amount because, I went through all these hardships and everything like that. You aren't owed anything. You aren't. And as an entrepreneur, guess what? That's the most freeing message that you can hear. You are able to take full ownership and full responsibility for everything moving forward. And what that's going to allow you to do is step out of this expectation into a genuine connection with appreciation. Grateful for what's in front of you, grateful from where you've come and who you are becoming in this process. And what it's going to allow you to do is multiply your ability to break through failure long term. You want to be able to guarantee your success? Here is the simple formula in doing that. Multiply your rate of failure. Meaning if you failed once in the last year, I want you to fail once every single day for the next month. Just do it. Fail big and fail fast. And just break through those. And I promise you, your rate of success will be significantly multiplied if you are able to start making sure that every single day you're waking up with excitement, knowing that you're going to be able to start getting some real-time feedback on exactly how you can progress, i.e., you're going to go after failure and you're going to start embracing it today. Make that commitment right now and start seeing that change within you and within the direction you're going. It's going to happen.
I couldn't agree more, Jeremy. Best said. Listen, guys, let it happen fast, get it over with, and move on just like we will right now. Let's talk about the scaling tip number 3. Now, I want you to, wherever you're watching this video right now, I just want you to close your eyes. I want you to say yes, and I want you to raise your hands if so far what we've said has resonated with you inside of you. If it's gotten inside of you and if it's made sense. Next is scaling tip number 3 is reaching the tipping point. What the heck is that? I bet you've never heard about that. Well, here we're going to talk about an example of walking. I know you're not going to remember the time you learned to walk. I have an interesting story because I actually can remember the second time I learned to walk. But have you ever watched a child learn to walk? I've had the pleasure of seeing my 2 amazing nephews. Well, one of them is still yet to learn to walk. But my mom had a daycare growing up, so I got to see all these kids learning to walk. And I remember looking at one. This little girl kept falling. She fell so much. I literally thought for 2 weeks I saw her trying to get the hang of it, and she just fell. She hit her head a couple times. Usually she'd just fall on her butt. But she wouldn't stop. And I remember, this is years ago. We're talking, maybe 20 plus years ago. And I remember asking my mom, I was like, it's pretty amazing because if we fell that much, we would quit. We'd stop trying something, but that girl didn't because she actually didn't even know what it meant to quit. She just knew everybody else was walking upright. I got to get upright and walk. So you learn to walk. You fall a lot. It's really tough. It's really hard. You wonder as a kid, how the heck are those people doing it? How are they able to balance on 2 feet and run and walk and lean and stand on 1 foot? And then suddenly one day they figure out how to do it, and guess what? It's the easiest darn thing. They do it without even thinking about it. Think about your job, the last job you took. First day you got there, people are giving you training. They're like, this is how we, I remember once, I actually remember this. I worked at a restaurant. I was very young. I was 16. I was a server. And they were teaching me how to use the cash register. And I am telling you, I was cross-eyed thinking, what the heck? I have to remember like 32 codes. It's not like, if you want to ring a sale, it was like 429 pound asterisk. I was like, this is the worst system I've ever seen. And you know what? I'm not even joking. 10 days later, I was running that thing. So that's a tipping point. See, there's no shortcut. We have to deal with the hard times, guys. It'll be tough in the beginning. It will be tough in the beginning. It will be tough in the beginning. I cannot say that enough. Everything we share with you, over the next few days, next few weeks, next few months, when you first start, it's going to be confusing. You're going to wonder, why does Anik talk about it like it's the easiest thing in the world? But it isn't, and I know it isn't. But guess what? The day you figure it out, it will be. It's amazing how quickly we tip and success pours in. I'll tell you, it took me 18 months. And that one night where I was about to quit all and someone gave me a few steps like we're doing for you inside of Learn Nation now, I finally made my first $300. Do you know that was 13 and a half years ago? Okay, it was 13 and a half years ago. Do you know that I've since then been through the worst of days? I have been 1.7 million in debt. I have seen the worst of days. But I actually can physically prove this. I have not had one day since 13 and a half years ago where I made less than $300. And it was the hardest thing I'd ever had to do. I made 300. I've now my business is doing 20 million a year. If you asked me to go make $300 tomorrow, it would be the easiest thing I could ever do. I would do it with my eyes closed. But some of you watching this may not feel that way. It might feel like the biggest challenge. There's nothing different about you or I. It's just experience. And we're here to give that to you. And I'm here to ask you, trust the system. Trust the system. All right? So you've got to reach the tipping point. We say just reach it as fast as you possibly freaking can. Reach it as fast as you possibly can. But you need the training. You need to be in a community, and you need to work with us. That's why you're in the perfect place, and I need you to stay here. And if you have the ability at the end of this session, when we kind of give very short snippets and we kind of talk a little bit about the opportunity to come fly in and work with us and actually sit with us at a table of just a few people and build your business with us, I mean, honest to God, that is the biggest shortcut. That literally means you can jump from where you are today, come spend 5 days with us, and you'll have made your first few sales. You'll have made your first few $100. I mean, it's just like a shortcut to it. All right. So let's now talk about scaling number 4, which is modeling and not reinventing. And so, Mr. Jeremy, I want to bring you on here because I think that this is something that not only you're amazing to talk about, but the students that do come to our live workshops here and that spend 5 days with us, I mean, I think this is probably where they get the best benefit, isn't it?
I mean, bottom line is you have to have a tangible process and system in place to be able to inevitably get to where you want to be. So, for example, bottom line is, you could go hand Microsoft to just any bum off the street, but it's probably going to go under in the next 5 minutes, right? It's not going to be like it's run by Bill Gates. The bottom line is the system itself has to be intact, and it has to be cared for, and it has to have the right vehicle. Now, a lot of the things that we're talking about here are really transforming the vehicle, meaning you as the entrepreneur, as the person behind it. Having a system in place, though, will be able to create that bridge to really where you're wanting to go and being able to create progress, consistency, growth, and your ability to be able to take this business to where you want it to be. And the right system, success is innately systematic. You have to understand this. Even just going out and taking out the trash this morning, right? It was systematic. You got out of bed, you took the next step. The next step in the system was you going into the kitchen, was unwrapping the bag, getting it out, and then going down the street and putting it down. It's innately systematic. And when you can visualize and calculate that system down to a science, like what we've done here with Learn, you're going to be able to have now a roadmap to simply just follow that process. And that's what Anik is talking about when he's talking about trust the system, trust the process, because that will never fail you. Only you can fail that system, because it doesn't care whether your circumstances are, holding you back. It doesn't care whether you succeed or fail. It is simply there and ready for you to apply. And you want to find something that is extraordinarily reliable, something that is predictable, something that you can measure, obviously, so you can see how things are progressing through that process. You want to know, okay, I've done this, I'm getting here, I'm going to make sure that I have this level of success at this point. I'm going to be able to measure it, I'm going to be able to make adjustments. And here's the thing. You want, when that happens, to know you're going to be able to take a quantum leap, exponential growth in the progress of taking a step forward. You want to know that you're not just taking baby steps along a small path. You want to know that you're putting rocket fuel in your engine to be able to take a massive leap towards where you inevitably want to be. Set your goals really, really big, because guess what? With the right system, you're going to be able to create the leverage necessary to leapfrog you ahead to where you really need to be. That's why having a model that works from somebody like Anik, who is earning $20 million a year, as opposed to some, other bum out there that's, selling you, free PDFs on how to become a gazillionaire. It's not going to give you the path that you want. You're here and a part of a deeper family within Learn Now that allows you to have the system for being able to make the progress towards getting the result, and something that is reliable, predictable, measurable, and creates exponential growth. And if you simply just model that, you're going to step into a path that leads you to a very specific, very reliable result. And that's really what this is about. Do not try to reinvent the wheel here, right? It's all laid out in front of you. That's what's going to be great about what's ahead for you. So make sure you stick with this. Again, stay on all the webinars. Come out to all the trainings. And bottom line is, when you're here for 5 days, that's what's powerful about this process. If you trust this process and you are here in person for 5 days with Anik and myself, and you got the Learn team, and we're literally just walking you through this system, the results you get from that, talk about exponential, it goes through the roof. It's a whole thing, right? If you can picture it this way, let's say that you read a book about investing from Warren Buffett. So Warren Buffett writes a book, you read it. That, as opposed to Warren Buffett shows up at your house with his investing portfolio and walks you through creating your first initial investments. What's going to give you the path to success? What's going to give you and ensure that you have a system that is going to give you a roadmap to success? That's really the power behind having Anik, myself, and the Learn team here over your shoulder, just building it out, getting it up and running. And all that is just putting the model in place, maximizing it to a T, and making sure that you're applying it the right way. You're going to be able to have a roadmap to success long term. That's what this is about. And this next number 5 here is going to really bring that home.
Yeah, absolutely, Jeremy. Thank you so much. Couldn't have put it better myself. And guys, so moving number 5. Team effort and support. Being an entrepreneur is kind of a lonely business. Yet we as humans, we work in teams. I mean, when you go to a job, right? There's other people there whose job it literally is to make your job easier. That's their job. They're supposed to help you. They get paid to help you. But that doesn't happen as an entrepreneur. In my first $300, how did I finally make it? I was telling you a little bit earlier. I waited 18 months. I was failing. I was ready to quit. I went on that forum and I said, I'm done. That's it. I'm tired. My parents are upset. My grades are slipping. I have all these great job offers. I need to focus my energies and go after this. And finally, someone reached out, and I actually said, okay, I'm giving it 24 hours. If I don't make money in 24 hours, this is it. I'm calling scam. This is BS. I'm not going to do it. Somebody reaches out to me on the forum, and till this day I tell this story, hoping and praying and wishing that person will come forward and tell me who they were. Because till this day I don't know. They reached out to me on the forum, private message, said I never help anybody. I never respond to anybody. I just watch this forum. But I do very well online. I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm proud of you, kid. I've seen all the hard work you put in. I don't want to see you quit. So I'm here to tell you, here's what you need to do. Do it tonight. You'll make money. Just do these things. Stop doing everything else. Just do these things and you'll make money. I was so bummed out by that point. I thought this guy probably had an in on me or something, and I almost didn't do it. But that night I finally decided. I stayed up till 3 or 3:30. I don't remember now, doing what he asked or she asked. Woke up the next morning, ran to my computer. 6 hours later, I'd made $300. I'd made more money in 6 hours sleeping than I had made in 18 months combined. That's where it became real for me. So what did I have? Finally, I had support, coaching, and mentorship. Mentorship is really the shortcut to success. I told you earlier, for those, now listen, there's 2 ways to get mentored. We are already engaged in one of them. So congratulations, you've already crossed this T. All right? Congratulations, because you're here, part of our program. You're part with us. You're staying with us. You've committed to us. We're going to be, as a Learn Nation, behind you, supporting you. You're going to be on all of our training webinars. You're going to go through the certification. You're going to be in the Facebook group. We're mentoring you. But there is another way for those who understand and can make it happen, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, and maybe many cannot. Maybe it's not right because there is a lot of expense involved. You have to travel. You have to be able to invest for the program. But point here is that's the shortcut to success is mentorship. Now, whatever level of mentorship you engage in will control the amount of success, right? Or how shortcut that success is. For me, it took some time. But I'm telling you today, for me now, I personally have, in my life, I've invested over $500,000 in mentorship. You know, I told my dad this, and he nearly fell off his chair. My dad's not an entrepreneur. He's an engineer. Bless him, he's my favorite person in the world. He's my best friend. And we couldn't think more differently about everything in life, okay? And drive each other crazy half the time. But and I told him once, I said, I actually just recently spent $80,000. Jeremy knows about this. We're investing $80,000 in the company for a program that involves mentorship from a person who I think can be very helpful. I literally just wrote a check the other day, $80,000. And I remember the biggest one I've ever written was 110. And I remember telling my dad that. He nearly fell off his chair. He said, you're crazy. I came back to him 3 months later. That $110,000 had then become $1.5 million. And I said, Dad, who's crazy now? So I have made millions upon millions. It has shortcutted my success. So I'm really here to tell you right now. First of all, before we continue, I need you to close your eyes. Do this moment with me because it's very impactful. We just went through the 5 scaling mind techniques. 5 things that entrepreneurs need to understand more than anybody else in the world if you want to stand a chance at success. Now what I want you to do is close your eyes. Please do this. If you really mean it, you want to allow me to be your coach, you need to open your mind, and you need to do the silly things as well that I ask you to do. I need you to close your eyes for a moment. And I need you to simply say, I can do this. That's it. I need you to say, I can do this. And I need you to tell yourself that every single day. Because I have shared with you what you need to do differently as an entrepreneur. And what you have coming in front of you, you should be super excited and pumped, guys. We're just getting started. We're going to get into the tacticals. We're going to share with you the core fundamentals of building an online business sitting at your home or on the beach or wherever you want. I'm going to share with you the tactics I use to generate millions of dollars a year. If that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. You can do this. You just need to be present. You just need to take action. You just need to show up. And whichever way you show up is up to you. One way to show up is to fly down here and be with us. Right? One way to show up is to fly down here, be with us, be fully committed, be all in, but that may not be possible for all of you, and that's okay. That's why Learn Nation has a virtual training center as well as a physical one. We'll continue to work with you at your pace, at what you like, but I will push you every step of the way because sometimes your pace means what's comfortable, and comfortable isn't an entrepreneur's friend, not even close. I want to give you a sneak peek, and then I will tell you what to do if you're interested in having a chance to come see us and meet with us. Now, I do want to tell you guys that even before you put your application in, you have to understand that not everyone will apply and that there is a fairly significant investment involved on your part. That's why I keep saying there's 2 routes, okay? Those who are really ready to go, want to be all in and have the investment, good, go for it. Those who are not, man, stay with us. You got days and weeks coming. Wait till you get into our Facebook group. You have no idea the kind of mentorship and guidance you're going to be able to get there. But for now, what I really need to do, I want to show you guys a quick sneak peek of what it is that you're going to be building. Now, you can do this whether you build this from home, okay, using our training, or you might choose to fly down here and build it with us. And essentially, what I'm going to share with you are the steps. So listen, we're going to build an online business. We know that, right? I'm going to share with you all the different kinds of online businesses. There's e-commerce, there's blogging, there's affiliate marketing, there's digital publishing, there's AdSense, I don't know, there's a gajillion ways to make money on the internet. But guess what? All of them need your core engine. All right? And the core engine is email, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, every business on the internet or off the internet needs traffic. You start a store down the street, ain't going to make any money if nobody walks in the door. So that's the same thing on the internet, right? But on the internet, what we have figured out now is how to put up what we call a one-page website. And what's awesome here, guys, is you don't need to do any technical coding. There's automated systems to do it. As a matter of fact, eventually when you're ready, I'll show you this training I do where I actually build a business live in front of you in 20 minutes or less. Now, we call this lovingly in the industry a opt-in page, okay? And this is exactly what it looks like. It has an opt-in box, and you give a little free prize away, and we show you how to get these little reports made, and there's a bullet points, and there's a headline. Point being, when traffic comes to your page, they get an opportunity to get something for free from you just by giving you their email address rather than having to pull out their credit card. What that usually means is 40 to 60% of the people that hit this page are then going to go ahead and opt in. All right. Now, as soon as they do that, guys, two things are going to happen. All right. And these are all happening without you having to know a darn thing about it. Nothing. It's seriously happening on its own. One is the email address. That email address is being taken care of on its own using automated technology. The other is the actual person. So think about it. The person came to your site, they filled in their email, hit submit. They need the page to change. Otherwise, they're going to think it didn't work, and they're going to keep hitting submit again and again and again. So the other thing that's happening is this person needs to see what we call a thank you page. All right, the page refreshes, and this is how they know. Now, what we're going to show you is how to make this the #1 spot for you to earn some income. You can actually earn it right as somebody subscribes using some other, using other people's products. So you don't have to have your own products. We'll show you how to implement what we call an affiliate offer. This is somebody else's product, not yours. All right, all you need is a link. It's really cool. And all of this, by the way, all of this we're about to do together. All of this we're about to do together over the next few days. Just take the bite-sized lessons we're giving you, trust the system, and go with it, and know that I have your best interest. Jeremy has your best interest. We all at Learn Nation wake up every morning. Our sacred cow is do that which is best for our students. That's it, right? Now the email gets fed right into this automated system called SendLane that we want you to go ahead and get your free account with, okay? And SendLane is essentially what we call an autoresponder, okay? This is where all of your emails are saved, no matter how big your list. It could be millions and millions of people. It is all saved right here. What this is, let's say this is you. You can literally write the email once and hit send. And everybody in here gets the email. So essentially there are two more ways to make money from this system. One is you can set up automated emails. I'll explain that in a second. And two is you can do what we call broadcasting. Okay? So automated emails is when you take emails and you literally log them into the system, okay? And you assign a day to them. So you say, look, when somebody new joins my email list, on day 0, send this. On day 1, send this. On day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9. Just go through these emails. All right? So you can set up an infinite number, by the way. You could set up hundreds, you could set up thousands, you can do whatever you want. And then the next one here is broadcast, which is the model I showed you up here. You log in, you wake up in the morning, write the email once, go hit submit, boom, it is done, and it broadcasts it to all over. Every single person in this database gets your email. You know what? I have over 750,000 active people right now. So every morning I wake up, I send 750,000 emails out. Can you imagine? That is the size of a small town, a city that I communicate with every day. It's like having a megaphone. And what I'm able to do is, without having my own products, there are 3 ways from one little system to make money. And what I want to share with you guys is when you get a chance to come down here and spend time with us, we have designed a 5-day program, okay? This is why we spend 5 live days with you. Again, I want to stress to you, if for some reason you're not able to do this, and it's an investment of beyond what you can do, well, congratulations, you're already in with us in our virtual environment. But I do want to say that everyone's life and everyone's situations are different. Some people can make it to this. And if you can, well, Jeremy's going to tell you soon what we've been seeing. We have had students that are having multiple 6-figure breakthroughs. We've had students that have made thousands of dollars at the event. We've had students who've left and within weeks have made tens of thousands of dollars. It's tremendous. So let's say you have these 5 days with us. Now, I want you to understand I'm personally there for all 5 days. I'm working with students while I'm there. Jeremy's there. Our coaches are there. The whole room is full of tons of coaches. On day 1, we focus on getting your niche down, getting your page up. On day 2, we really focus on the business setup side. So we make sure everything is set up properly. On day 3, I like to do what we call the wrap-up, right? So we get everything basically ready to go. And on day 4, we're live. Your business is getting traffic. By day 5, most of our students have already had their first sale. They've literally crossed this barrier. And I'll tell you, we do something really special. Hey, Jeremy, real quick question for you. Our special transformational event is between day 3 and 4 or day 4 and 5?
It was day 3 and 4.
So right here, I'll tell you something. I'm not going to tell you much more about it other than, what's that?
It's actually the end of day 4, towards the end of day 4.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So it's right here, guys. Um, I'm not going to reveal anything more than to tell you that what happens here, this has left people in tears in ways that I can't begin to even explain to you. All right? This right here, you not only become a successful business person, you are going to your relationships will change, your health will change, your goals will change, the way you look at yourself will change, the way you look at the world will change. You're going to leave here a different person, flat out, okay? So this is not just setting up your business and building and getting an income and getting your first sale. This is a big part of it. But this is about a transformation unlike anything that you've seen, because what did I tell you? What is learned? We're a transformational home for entrepreneurs. Because the innate thing is, the reason you're not succeeding as an entrepreneur is because you've been lacking the necessary transformation. I told you right when we started this presentation, entrepreneurs think different. They need to think different. They need to be different. They need to act different. They need to do everything different. And we are not taught to do that. So it is time you learn. And sometimes we can take a lot of time to learn, or we can compress a massively emotional event in a short amount of time, and we can make it happen quickly. And I think that if you're ready, you want to make it happen quickly. And I want to invite you, basically the way it works, guys, is right now you get a chance to do an application. Okay, I want you to be absolutely honest on this application, and you'll actually get a chance. If you kind of move forward to the next phase of the application, you're going to get a message from someone on our team. They'll talk to you. You'll be able to ask questions and better understand everything. And then you'll have a chance to potentially speak to Jeremy on the phone or another one of our lead coaches, okay? You get direct access. We talk to you. We work with you. We explain to you what the system is like, what the program is like, if it's the right fit for you. And assuming that it is, so that's kind of the main part here. And we really, truly, guys, listen, we might tell you it's not the right fit for you. Don't take it personally. It's just right now. All right, you can always come back at a different time. But we want to make sure you're in the right place in your life to be able to not only be of best service to yourself, but of course to everybody else in the room, because again of the transformational aspect of what we do. After this, you're in what we call our pre-event period, and during this time, there is a lot of prep work happening, a lot of training happening, and a lot of things that you need to finish before you can get to the event. Last thing I forgot to tell you guys is that between these 2 days, the other interesting thing happening is that Learn is actually investing on your behalf and buying you traffic to your business. We are not only getting you opt-ins, all right, we are of course getting you traffic, and the best part is almost all of our students are getting their first sales. This is all happening before they leave the event. All right, so here's the deal. There is a link, there's a button below this video. Feel free to click it, go to the other page. You're going to see an application form and fill it out. Now, again, this does require you uprooting yourself from your life for a period of 5 days. With travel, could be as much as 6 to 7 days. All right, this does require an investment, a significant investment to be able to participate. Guys, listen, we bring in 7, 8, 9 of our top coaches, including myself and Jeremy, into one local facility. We literally lock the doors, lock ourselves in there with you to work with you, a very small group of people, and we rent out the entire hotel facility for that time. We pay for all your meals, and we have a lot of fun while we're there. So you can only imagine the amount of cost and expenditure that we have, right? So we need to recover that. So there is that investment, and I'm here to tell you, I'm the first person looking you dead in the face right now. If that is something you cannot do not worry. Move forward. Tomorrow you will get another lesson. I want you to move forward with it. But right now, ask yourself, hey, if you're telling yourself, I'm dead serious, I'm ready to do this, I want to move fast, I want to see quick transformation, and I want to work hands-on with this entire team, then you have an opportunity right now to click the button below this video and make that application happen. That's all I'm going to say. It's up to you beyond that. And if you can't make that happen, then we're here. We're always here for you. We're never going anywhere. There's no scarcity here. There's no rush. There's no urgency. There's no fake crap. Guys, we are here for you. This is what we do. Learn Nation is all about you. And if we can help you provide that transformation right now, we want to do it. If we need time to provide that transformation for you, we'll take the time. If you need us to do it virtually, we'll do it virtually. If you want to do it with us 5 months from now, we'll do it then. We want to do what's best for you. And that's why I said take fill out the application, let's talk to you. And we might be able to guide you in helping make that decision. There is no sales pitch here. We're not trying to sell you anything. We're trying to work with you. We want to figure out what's the best way we can serve you. But sometimes to do that, we need to talk to you. We need to learn about you one-on-one. So I want to invite you to click that button below, and if for no reason, and for some reason you cannot, here's the challenge I want to give you. I want you to go back and watch this video again one more time before you kick off officially into our 21-day transformational business event that's happening during this very training you've committed to taking. Having said that, I'm going to move things off now. Jeremy, closing words, and everyone, I can already see, I can already sense it. People are clicking the button below. They're going to go apply. They get a chance to talk to you. I'm super excited about it. Jeremy, anything you want to say to everybody about the process, about what's going on, about this opportunity, please.
Yeah, no, this is exciting, and I'm glad that there's a lot of participation here, obviously, with you guys being here. Again, like Anik said, you've taken a step towards being a part of a truly genuine community of entrepreneurs, people that have been there, done that, and who will be here to serve you and guide you in the right direction. And bottom line is, if you are in a place right now, if you are watching this and you are in a place where you know your goal is to have your business up and running as soon as possible, and you're looking to have a deeper level mentorship to achieving goals that are really big. I'm not talking about just a couple extra bucks in your business or a few $1,000s in your business a month, or you're looking to build a hobby. I'm talking about you're genuinely here because you're on a path of entrepreneurship that's leading you down building something really, really special. We do not invite anyone to this 5-day workshop here that is looking to earn anything less than $5,000 to $10,000 a month consistently in their business. We're looking for people that join this process, this particular 5-day workshop, who are truly looking to do something very special, because bottom line is that's what you're going to create from this process that we've designed here, because it is transformational. It's getting a business up and running, it's getting something tangible in place, and it's finally putting something real in your path to a much deeper breakthrough as an entrepreneur and as success moving forward. This is really setting you up to win long term. So if you're in that place, if you are right now watching this and you have not only the genuine desire to create something really meaningful with the business of what you're looking to create here, and like Anik said, if you have the ability to invest deeper in yourself, then we invite you to this because it is truly transformational. And so we would love to be able to connect with you. I would love to be able to serve you at this level. And again, no matter where you're at within Learn Nation, you have found your home for transformation. It is here. Continue following the process. Continue trusting the system. And we'll be here for you every step of the way. You guys mean the world to us. We are here every single minute of the day, coming up with new ways to serve you, to be able to really help you progress. That's what we're here for, and that's what we really live for every single day. We're coming up with new ways and opportunities to be able to do that. So this is one way that creates a massive, massive transformation. We actually just had one of our students break through the $30,000 a month mark. She was a recent master's workshop student. She just broke that. We have, students breaking through with sales, with new opportunities in their business that they never thought possible. Click the link below and let's go ahead and see exactly where you're at. Let's go ahead and see exactly how we can best serve you. And again, we just love being able to connect with you, love being able to support you in any way that we can. If you have the ability to do something like this live 5-day workshop where you're here in person with Anik, myself, and the Learn team, and we can be very hands-on with you, talk about exponential growth. That's going to be a quantum leap in the way that you are able to really significantly grow with this business. So if that's where you're at, I would love to speak with you. I'd be honored to connect, and we certainly would be honored to welcome you to this workshop and invite you, and know that you are genuinely the right person to be here, because you're going to be surrounded with some amazing people. And so I'm grateful you guys are here. Welcome to the Learn family. We're here to serve you every step of the way. Know that we're here to you can reach out, and we'll be here to serve you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jeremy. And thank you for watching this amazing video. I am telling you right now, if at any point you had chills, if at any point you thought, my God, these guys know me, it's because we do. It's because we live and breathe this stuff. We are true entrepreneurs, every single one of us at Learn Nation. And you know what? It's going to sound a little sappy, but we love you. We care. Because this is the only organization in the world that supports entrepreneurs the way it does. We need more of this. We need entrepreneurs to stick together. And this is the I'm so glad you're here. I'm so happy that you're here. And I really am. It is a great thing of pride for me to be able to say that we serve you, that I serve you, that I wake up every morning and I'm at your service. So however it is that we can help you, I'll tell you right now, I need you to finish this program. I need you to get that certification at the end of it. I want to see you inside that Facebook group because that's where we have a lot of fun. All right, we have a lot of fun there. We support the heck out of each other there. And not to mention, if there is a way for you to get out here, spend time with us, very limited seats for these workshops. Make sure you get that application in as soon as possible. Click below and do that, and we'll see you here live, and that'll be a lot of fun. And there's just a lot more we're going to be doing together. I need you to be committed to this. Remember, you're here with us for months, not just weeks or days. I'm not letting you quit because that's what you've done in the past. Here, you made me your coach. You made Jeremy your coach. We're accountable for your success. We take that very seriously. We're not letting you quit. There's too much success around you for you to quit. There's too many people in Learn Nation that are absolutely just destroying it and taking charge of their life. We're not letting you quit. All right? So without further ado, I'm going to say, watch this again if you need to. If you had even a moment where you thought, man, that was a breakthrough, watch it again. You'll have more. Entrepreneurs are different, and that's a good thing. We have to think different. We have to act different. We have to do everything different. And when we are different, we need to find other people who are different and stick together. That's why we're here today. All right? So listen, it's like I always say, when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push it the heck back. This is Anik Singal, and I want to thank Jeremy Bellotti for his help today. What an amazing guy. We hope to see you soon. Can't wait for that transformation for you, and can't wait to hear your massive success story. This is Anik Singal. Thank you for your time, your faith, your trust. I'll see you on the next training, and I'll see you inside of our Facebook group soon enough. Talk to you soon. Bye.